Hello viewers, me and team here, and welcome to the beginning of my Europa Universalis 4 Let's Play. In my Heroes of Might and Magic 5 ending video, I posted a small request as to votes for nations to play, and the only ones that saw serious votes were the Mongols and the Aztecs, of course, two of my favorites in Civ. But, I don't know. The Aztec, I think I want to wait for the expansion. They are really slow. I actually recorded 2 videos with them, but I just don't like the progress. You know, you hit the 1500s, you still just have this area all Aztec. Not a very challenging start, but you're just dependent on king luck for how quickly you can expand. These guys up here are interesting, all the Mongols. The Mongol Khanate themselves start as a vassal, so that's a slow start too, because it's not like you can just fight the Oirat horde right away, I don't think. And so you just block them vassaling you and wait for your moment. I don't think that's good Let's Play material either. And we don't want to pick one of these European powerhouses. I'm gonna be Castile and make Spain and run away right away. No. No. Let's do one of my favorites. Yes, sir. The mighty Benin. Let's make it happen. Africa is strangely, so far, my favorite region in all of Europa Universalis. I don't know why. Maybe it's the Ivory Coast trade node. Maybe it's that the territories are strong and easily colonized by a lot of different civilizations. But whatever it is, I find it to be a really interesting start. Although Mali by far is the strongest. And yeah, this is a really deep game, viewers, so you're going to have to bear with me as we pick things up. I'm still a relative newbie. Yeah, Petrox actually got me this game for Christmas. I was very appreciative of that. I did not expect to like it so much. This was probably among my more requested Let's Plays to do, and I didn't even really consider it seriously until, well, it was gifted to me and I saw how much fun it can be. So, okay. All of these are not particularly... Well, I might be able to get the prestige. Let's try it. Ha! Reform the government into a despotic monarchy? Not that way, we're not. Okay, so who has the military alliances? Hausa and... Yeah, okay, they're not going to do anything. And Songhai with Hausa. That's good, because we don't... The Mali are really out of control on this start. Like, it's ridiculous. We have a free advisor slot. Oh, something I forgot to do. I really want to recruit one more troop. And so we'll go African Spearmen. I think so. Our funds are a little tight. Yeah. Okay. And our ruler is better than our heir. Significantly in the same age. I actually like our ruler with that admin point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the heir, who's kind of trashy, into a general. Generals are slightly more likely to die. Or maybe not slightly, I don't know. There's a significant chance of someone made a general dying sooner, so we're going to go for that. Fort level 1. Okay, we're all fort level 1. So I'm fabricating a claim. I might as well improve relations with the Mali, who knows. I might be able to make something happen there. Keep them away from me for a while. There's just something about the one province starts that, I don't know, I just really like them. This, or Kosh, or really a number of other starts. I'm trying to make the knights work in Europe, but that's kind of difficult. If you don't like start with a level 1 missionary that you can convert your home province, you can get insta-killed by a nationalist uprising there, so... I don't know. Well, on the bright side, in testing, my audio was fine for this, even 20 to 40 seconds in when it had been choking. I wound up modifying just one line in the default.pa, my Pulse Audio configuration. And, oddly, it was removing something. I tried to change the timing back to an older method, which destroyed my audio. And so, yeah, then I just removed it all because someone on a forum said that that would work, and, well, seems to. What? What? You dislike me? I'm your rival. You wanted an alliance, my friend. And we will have an alliance of sorts in the near future. I might die. I'm going to do a somewhat risky opening here. So, you know, got a fabricated claim. I'm basically preparing a reason to go to war with Oyo. That way I don't tank my stability. Although, arguably, I could get away with doing that because I have peasant revolts only in Benin. And if my government breaks, it's not that big of a deal, especially since I plan to make vassal income my primary source for a little while. Yeah, it starts interesting. That's why it's one of my favorite. European powerhouse? I don't think so. We're going to play in Africa. But you can get these countries really strong. Mali is rich, and because Mali is rich, you can bankroll guys with good administrative power and get to colonizing more quickly. We're almost ready, right? Yeah, I think this first war is probably the biggest gamble on the map. And we are going to do it. So the first thing we do is declare war with the Conquest CB. The simplest one to get, you simply fabricate a claim on an adjacent territory. If you have an adjacent territory that you can fabricate it on. Multiple province nations, you can't fabricate it on their capital. And that's about it, really, for adjacent nations. But sometimes you'll want to fight people who are not immediately adjacent to you for various reasons. Number one being vassal feeding, so... Yeah, I'm going to have the advantage here because the AI has to bump its morale up because it was running low maintenance like a sucker. And then it'll try and base race me. Interestingly, if it does successfully siege me first, I will die. I've never had that happen. I've played the Benin start a few times. So your odds are pretty decent, at least. But, you know, it might be worth assaulting the castle walls if necessary. And then here's, yeah. Every tick you'll see this change. I have it a little bit more favorable. Yeah, I have a 7% chance now. Although, they also do. The walls are down, man. Let's go. What could possibly go wrong? We could lose outright. Oh, I just hope I get lucky then. Oh, good. We got it. Okay. Whoops. Well, we still get the war score, and therefore we get a vassal, so that will do very little to us, aside from drain our manpower a little bit. But that's okay. And then we'll just take as much gold as the game will let us get. And that's it. First vassal is under control. Next thing we want to do is fabricate a claim, once I have a free diplomat. And, ooh, good. Mali's getting revolts. Yeah, slow them down as much as you can. Please. Where is it? Ah, here we go. We're going to go after Hausa next. And one of the nice things about this particular opening is that you can pick up units as vassals. And that's a pretty important part of this strategy. Okay, free advisor slot, but I don't have the money for it. And yeah, now we'll take a marriage from Oyo, because it does boost our chance of a decent heir should our current one die. And since they're a vassal and we can annex them later, that's no big deal. No big deal at all. I just gotta... Wait, I didn't fabricate the claim? Ah, no! Hurry up and fabricate it. What the heck am I doing? And yeah, that does make some people around you angry for your aggressive expansion, although apparently it's not very severe so far. Lose 1 stability or gain inflation. This is an interesting choice right now, actually. You would almost never prefer to lose stability. You know, no. No, I'm going to take the inflation anyway. 3 inflation kind of hurts a bit. It costs more. Well, it's pretty comparable in terms of administrative power, but the inflation is something I can pay for later, and that's an advantage right now, as we are trying to secure the early game. Speaking of which, I wonder if I can bait Hausa into attacking me. Yeah, that's right, get ready. With a 3-stack, or if it needs to be a 4-stack, I don't remember. Let's try a 3-stack, because it's a little safer. So we'll just run you up through the Oyo forces. Yeah, one thing about the landscape here. If you look at the combined force limits of all the potential vassals, you do have a little more strength than the Mali. And that's certainly true in manpower reserves as well. But it's not that easy. They are a true power here, and it will take multiple wars to beat them down. Although it's that first one that's a doozy. We probably won't be getting to that in this part, but we'll make some progress. Much more than I did in the Aztec game, where I simply conquered the 2 neighbors near me with hill abuse and then had to sit there forever. We're not doing that. This campaign will take a little longer, and the tech cost is, well, still sucky for sub-Saharan tech group. It's less steep. Basically, your tech group dictates how much technology you start with and how expensive it is to research more. Sub-Saharan is the second worst in the game, behind, well, the New World. And as a result, you will want to westernize as soon as possible. Really, the only nations that can get away with not westernizing that don't start Western are maybe the Eastern tech group in Eastern Europe. Not Eastern as in Chinese, their tech group is kind of crummy. And the Ottomans take a while to fall off. They eventually fall off pretty hard, but you go pretty deep before that happens. So they can put it off a long time. And if you have good alliances and you really game the mechanics, you can probably get away with that. As long as you don't try to directly conquer Europe without an ally who has decent tech, you're probably going to be fine with that. But they're the only ones who have the Ottoman tech group, and the Muslim group is kind of iffy. It's a 40% penalty. Alright. But we don't have to worry about that, because we are in sub-Saharan Africa, the greatest starting point in the game. So this one I'll want to slow down a bit, because we are going to bait the AI into Benin. And I can do this now much more easily because I did take out Oyo. Slow down the game speed a bit here. And let's declare war. Yes. Let's see if they go in on me or if I need to move one more troop. Oh, they're not going to, and they get until they pay their army up. If my vassal were willing to just attack right away, if they were in position, I could have just gone in on them because they didn't have any morale. But that's not going to work here. Anything I can do here? You can't get a royal marriage unless you're in the same religion, and we are not Sunni Muslims. We will become Sunni Muslims, though. Do I really need to use a 2-stack to bait these guys out? I mean, it's not that big a deal in this scheme of things. Oh no, here they go. Okay, so you want to wait until about 3 days before. Roughly. So like right here. And then move in your reinforcements. If you go sooner, the AI will react and stop. So, but if you do this, then you will get attacked, but probably be able to reinforce in time to avoid death. And I do have a leader on, yeah? Okay. Yeah, and this should be a complete destruction with the Oyo adding troops to my own force limit. I might even be able to afford an extra troop, come to think of it. And yeah, that was very one-sided in our favor, so that's good. Our first actual fight, rather than trying to bust a garrison and failing. Yeah, I have a force limit of 5 thanks to my vassal. Okay. So we're just going to train up another spearman, I guess. Oh, but I'm hurting for money. For the moment, let's not. I might want that later, though. The problem with using vassals for force limit is that... Let's see if he tries to run anywhere else. Oh no, he's running into the native territory. They'll probably kill him. Or the game will just let him run through. Okay, whatever. So now here's an interesting trick, and I consider this to be the key to playing Benin. And potentially Ashanti as well, since Ashanti can... it's a little harder for them. But they can basically pull the same thing on Oyo, as long as they can get through the natives, which is not actually that easy to do. There's a 6k there, 5k there, so you'd probably want to hit this province since it's less likely to give your stack, and then recover and move into Oyo. But after that, it's basically the same tactic. You're just trying to avoid Mali killing you first. But one thing to note about Hausa, and like I said, this is key. At first, you can't vassal them. You need a 106 war score. However, ceding one province will allow a follow-up war to succeed, and you can vassal them, which means that you can get a CB on them and vassal them from this position. And I can speed this up now. I don't think I can take this one because it's their... I don't think I can take Bani because it's the capital. So I'm going to have to get split up, basically. And that's fine. In fact, we're going to take a small abuse later. I don't think I'll want to do it right away. But I think I'll stand there rather than in Benin, because that'll be able to put down any uprisings and keep me out of trouble. How much money am I losing? Oh, barely any. Yeah, the amount I fleece off the AI and peace deals will keep me afloat, I'm sure. Oh, no, I'm not losing any. And then you do get half of your vassals' tax income as income, but that's a bit of a pittance. You will not be able to afford your force limit spike from having vassals with just that. Even if they transfer trade power, which is an expensive peace thing. Alright, so we're getting there. No reason to assault the garrisons here. I'll save our manpower. That just made me nervous. It was very tight. They got some lucky rolls on the siege, so even though I started sooner, they almost took Benin, and that would have been instant game over. I don't like losing diplomatic power. In fact, I'm going to need it later. But I don't need colonial range that badly with Benin, and I really, really don't want to lose prestige. Prestige puts a multiplier on the morale of your army, which is a significant impact on how well it fights. Okay, can we finish sieging the province I can actually keep? Oh. I don't think I want to trap Oyo's forces, though. No, you know what? That's fine. It's not like anything's going to... Okay, we're good. Let's pause it and sue for peace. The only thing we can take is money and this province. That's good. And yeah, now that I've clicked on that, you can see that in the follow-up war, if I got a 100% war score, in other words, if I properly siege every single province they have, I will be able to vassal them. So, okay. Not off to a terrible start. And yeah, this actually traps them here, which is helpful. One thing you can do, and it's kind of amusing, although I won't be able to do it now, is you can spawn religious zealots. Wait, why did I lose? Oh, I didn't lose prestige, that's stability. Okay. Yeah, you can spawn religious zealots instead of patriots if you try to convert the province, and that will allow you to convert religions, potentially, to that particular religion, and I'm going to fabricate a claim, although it's going to take a while before this truce expires. Yeah, until 1453 I won't be able to do a whole lot. And I don't think they'll give me open borders now. It wouldn't have been a bad time to try and change religion, although I can do that later. And I think accepting vassal demands will decrease your combat effectiveness. So, yeah, I should probably hold off on that for now. But we're just going to fabricate a claim and wait for the claim fabrications last 25 years, so there's not much harm in doing that now. What are we up to here? 7,000 troops. And a quick glance at this screen. At the moment, Hausa doesn't have that much, but they have a decent, well, they have a force limit of 6, which is just barely less than me and Oyo combined. And they will use their cash reserves, as shown on the country list here. Where are they? Here. They don't have much in their treasury, but they will use that to recruit more troops and mercenaries in emergency situations. So that's something to watch out for. Okay, here you have your major notifications. Revolt's possible, tells you where they are and by how much. I think if you click on it, it'll take you, yeah, it takes you to the menu that shows you that. But it'll also, if you only have one province, it zooms you to the province. And there's a couple things I could do. I could harsh treat this territory so that it doesn't have an uprising. That costs military power, though, and it lasts 10 years, so I'm not going to want to do that. Can I core this? Oh, I can core this. And it's actually not that expensive to do it. Do I want to do it right now? Lack of naval patrols, intolerance, revolt risk. If I core it, the issue with that is that it'll be harder to get a revolt for zealots, but I think I still can, so we'll do that. We'll core it. Because it'll be less of a pain later. It'll also remove the overextension thing. I'll still have to harsh treat it while invading Hausa, though, so that they don't get Patriot Uprising and reclaim the province while I'm sieging them over here. That's a real pain. Nope. This is probably the best province to go for. You can go here too, but if you invade from here, it gives you the option of taking either of these spots as your landing zone, so the AI can't wall you off, and it also gives you a route into Songhai. So it's tough fighting across these, even with a CB on Hausa, because you really do want to kill the natives out so that they don't attack you every time you move into the province, or almost every time you move into the province. Usually you don't want to fight wars through these, but in this situation, to prevent Mali running away with the game, or the area, and thus preventing you running away with the game, since Mali really doesn't ever do that, it's better to just get the vassals and consolidate forces as soon as possible. Ah, yes, a CB. If only I could use it. So yeah, like I was saying, I've only had this game since just before Christmas, or right at Christmas. I think it's a little bit before. But, man, have I played the heck out of it. I probably have like over 150 hours already. So, a fair amount of experience, been reading up on the forums, reading through the wiki, although I know it's not 100% reliable. And so, I don't know everything, but I know enough to play, at least, and hopefully make this an entertaining game for you guys. And also, since Africa doesn't seem to be a terribly popular place to start off normally, I figured I'd showcase it, because I actually like the area a lot. Not a lot of rich provinces to colonize, with the exception of... where is it? Here. This is an AI favorite, and there's a good reason for that. This is... the Ivory Coast is a trade node, and I think this is the central... one of these two is probably the central province for that. I think I can check that. Trade Ivory Coast. I might as well collect. Why not? Get some money. Yeah, in the New World, you can't even do that. It's not very efficient to collect like that normally. But heck, if you have more merchants than provinces, go for it. In that case. So what have we here? Oh, and by the way, Sunni is really resistant to conversion. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to convert it. Not that I would want to. Yeah, like I'm making a lot in tax. I'll just accept this. I don't want to take a stability hit just yet. Government type for Benin is also junky. I'm pretty sure this is Hausa. Yeah, tribal despotism. So you get incompetent rulers who take penalties in various things. I don't have any for the starting guy at least. But you also have less trade power and an increased revolt risk. Pretty brutal. There is a way around it. I will be doing my best to showcase just how brutally abusive that is. I mean, what else? I'm a cheese LPer at heart, right? But the idea is that if your country collapses, or if you bankrupt, you will lose your government. And what do you go into? You go into a superior government to all of the tribal governments. You go into a despotic monarchy. I think I could lower my maintenance here and get away with it for a bit. Actually, do I want... Yeah, I have no revolt risk because I have troops sitting on it, I'm sure. And it's core. When a nation is core, it's considered one of your provinces as well, and you get a little more from it. And yeah, you can see there's no overextension, and a lot of the other penalties have gone away now. There's still revolt risk here. And if I move my troops out of the province, it actually will have revolt risk, mostly because of that stupid tribal despotism demerit. Yet another way you start behind the Mali, I'm pretty sure. They don't have that limitation. Oh, maybe they do. How about that? Even the Mali start kind of gimped. Songhai get a despotic monarchy. See? Instead of a penalty to revolt risk, you get a positive. So it's a 2 revolt risk chance swing just on your government type. And you also get a bonus to making unjustified demands on your in your wars. So it's not the best government in the game. Monarchies are on average better than republics in this one, but a couple of the republics are usable, and the republics have a great idea group that that monarchies don't get access to. But republics aren't as good right now, simply put. That said, despotic monarchy is not that bad by comparison. The rest of these are tribal setups, and they kind of, yeah, they all suck. Does Oyo have that too? It just says it. Sheikdom and tribal despotism. I guess the sheikdom's a little different. You get a different penalty, that trade power multiplier instead. Oh no, I get that too. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It just calls it differently. Don't know. Okay, the truce with Oyo I think expired, but that's kind of pointless. I might as well improve relations with Oyo since I'm not doing anything else. You can only get to plus 100 with non-vassals, but vassals you can improve relations right up to 2 plus 200. And if you get to 190 and it's 10 years after you took the vassal, you can annex it. And that will that'll make them join your nation, and all of the provinces that do join will be core. So, vassaling, and especially feeding your vassals and then annexing them later, is one of the more popular strategies for fast conquest. But world conquest in this game is almost impossible unless you have either a strong start or you really abuse the mechanics. Right now, some of the weaker starts are just considered you cannot win a world conquest under the current patch. So, just something to keep in mind when it comes to that. Now these guys, I might be able to get a CB on them, and I'll try it while I'm fighting Hausa. Although the timing will be a little delicate. Well, let's see if they'll take them. No, they don't need any loans there. Yeah, it's possible if the AI accepts a loan and doesn't pay you back that you can get a CB on them for... It's called canceled loans, but the game titles it when you declare as a war of recompense. It's awesome. You can go to war over like 14 ducats. That's what this currency in the game is. And then like wind up annexing someone outright. So lame. But when I was talking about how a lot of people felt that was cheesy, Petrox pointed out to me, hey, you know, the whole concept of quote-unquote fabricating a claim is questionable unto itself, and finding any excuse to go to war is not inappropriate for the times, so don't feel bad taking advantage of the canceled loan CV if you have this game. Besides, it's hilarity. It's great fun to abuse the canceled loans. Oh, that's right, I can only afford this because my maintenance is down. How far am I from... the truce expiring November 4th of next year, so early in 1453 I'm going to want to hike my maintenance back up in preparation for the war. Inflation's interesting. It does increase your costs, but it's not that huge unless you let it run away. Like if you have a lot of gold provinces, for example, or you deliberately bankrupt yourself, that can hose you, certainly. I think I'm going to... I might. I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to deliberately bankrupt myself. You actually get a mission to reform your government, and what you need is to have completed an entire set of ideas that you don't want early, and spend administrative power, and have high legitimacy, and high stability, and these things are costly. And with later westernization on top of that, it's even more costly. And what do you get? You get a despotic monarchy. And you even lose the stability. You lose you go from 5 to -2. So, when you bankrupt, bankrupting sucks. It completely flattens your prestige, which kills your morale. On top of that, you get a huge negative to your army's morale, so you can't fight at all while you're bankrupt. Really, it's ineffective to try. You'll just lose. And so bankrupting's bad from that standpoint. It removes all of your monarch points, so you'll have to spend them wisely ahead of that in time when you decide to bankrupt, so that you don't lose that many monarch points for it. Especially not administrative points. Those are valuable until you hit tech level 4 for administrative. Because what that does is once you hit tech level 4, it opens up this slot, and you can start picking from all these ideas. For really most nations in the game, unless you're landlocked, you're playing like, I don't know, even Muscovy could. One of the best idea sets in the game is under diplomatic, and that's exploration, which allows you colonists and the ability to enter the terra incognita finally and explore the rest of the world. The world does gradually reveal itself to you, even if you don't get that. But also the colonial range boosts, permanent CB against pagans, a lot of this stuff is really useful, and you get a second colonist as you develop down the path, which is its main advantage over expansion. I like expansion a lot too, however. Not only do you get a colonist right away, just like you do with exploration, you also get merchants. The colonial travel time is nice, but it's not as good as the settler bonus up here. It's still nice, though. It does speed up your colonies a little bit, especially if they're more distant. Very huge. Diplomatic relations +2. Every vassal you have, every alliance agreement you have, every open military access you have, fleet basing, all of that for each country you have them with. There's no penalty for having multiple ones with a country, but for each country you have one with, you use up one of your diplomatic relations. You start with a base of 4, and if you go over that, you actually get fewer monarch points towards teching. So having an additional one of these is really useful. Shipbuilding time won't matter for me until later. Diplomatic reputation is also very useful. It pushes the AI into being more willing to enter deals with you, especially deals like, say, alliances and royal marriages. If you want royal marriages with off-religion civs or distant civs, diplomatic and expansion are each useful in their ability to grant you that. In fact, these have a lot in common. I'm actually tempted, despite that it will gimp my expansion to some degree, to go with expansion ideas. Well, I am, though. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that yet. You also get a bonus is that you get a permanent CB against the Asian nations, and exploration gives you one against pagans. So if you want to conquer your way into Asia with superior tech, take expansion. If you want to conquer your way into North America and flatten all the populations there, this is your way to go. There are more Asian nations for conquering than there are North and South American nations by far, but that land is largely uncontested over there for a really long time. Their tech penalty is massive. Oh, the truce is up soon. Alright, let's, getting ahead of ourselves. Let's pump our maintenance back up. Although, since there's nothing in this territory, it's okay if I don't do that right away. And then, when is the truce up? Oh, like now. Okay. Alright, well, I'm not gonna have any morale as I siege this province, but I guess you don't need morale to siege this province. Aw, you mad? No allies any longer either. Yeah, like you're gonna use that Reconquest CB. To heck with that. To war we go. And I am also going to recruit my extra force limits soldier at this point, because I will want it when I actually invade their larger territory. Alright. I moved off and I still don't have a revolt risk just yet. I will get one. And there's the little symbol up here that appears when you do. Alright, there's no reason to take attrition on all my forces. I'm just going to leave behind enough to siege and move away. When you mouse over while it's military selected, you can see the supply limit in a province. If you have above that, your forces will take attrition even when you're not at war. So be careful where you put your armies. You can really drain your manpower quickly by taking attrition in a poor supply range, starving all your people. Not a good feeling whatsoever. Oh, I didn't check. Does Ashanti need a loan? I wouldn't want to go for them just yet. No, no one needs any loans. That's lame. It's more fun when someone needs a loan. That doesn't matter if Hafsa does. Besides, at this point I wouldn't give them a loan because... Whoops, I forgot it auto-pauses. Yeah, they would just train mercenaries on me, and that would kind of suck. Yeah, they're up to 7,000 soldiers now, and they have cavalry, which is a little better than what I have. In fact, and because I can bankroll it, well, mostly, I'm going to train up some more soldiers. How much do these cost in maintenance? It's not that bad. Yeah, 0.25. Okay. Yeah, I can afford this because of the gold I fleeced. I will go into the negative a little bit in cash monies per turn, but it's not going to be that bad. And that will give me a little bit more wiggle room when I drag my vassal into Hausa. I am up to 8 here, though, already, so that'll give me 10 going in. It's pretty solid. Because there's a good chance they'll recruit more, and they have they have more manpower than I have, technically. Although my manpower cap is pretty close to the base 10,000. Execute the bailiff or ignore complaints. I do not want to lose prestige under any circumstances right now. I want as much morale as I can get. And this will... yeah, now I have a revolt risk here. And actually, I think this is a good time to try and convert. Oh, does it stay patriot? I thought it becomes religious. Maybe that's a bad idea then. Let's cancel that. We're just gonna harsh treat it so I don't lose it. Because it doesn't cost much in military power right now. Oh yeah, do I have enough troops? Yeah. I'm going to preemptively clear Nupi here. That way, I can heal up. and go in on Hausa. Yeah, see, the natives attack you right away when you step on these territories. And to be permanently rid of them on top of that, once I win this fight, I will want to attack them again. This is to get rid of them for good. Although you might not get rid of all of them in one battle, it just depends. And there's pretty harsh attrition on these uncolonized territories too. Oh my gosh, the Mali already taking out Ashanti. Oh, that's bad. Because, well, Ashanti never contributed much in my previous playthroughs, but it gives Mali an extra force limit and a little more income. Still, you got 6-4, so there's 25 units to be had here potentially against the Malinese, unless they decide they want to snack early. Form a coalition. There's no point. Okay. Ah, good. I got that territory. So now I need my troops to recover a little bit from fighting the natives, because the natives are a little brutal in Africa. That's why the European powers don't like settling here early, by the way. It's more available than the Americas, but they still like the Americas more, and rightfully so. I would too if I were to pick for colonizing in this game, because the natives, the really aggressive ones, they slow down your settler chance, like 1% as you see here, so it's slow settling unless you kill them, but that lowers the base tax in the province. I think each 1,000 helps out your base tax. So there's a trade-off there between speed and how good the province becomes, and it's not an easy one to make. Or you could just camp units on it all the time, which is what I've done in the past, and probably will do again. Okay, so as soon as we get here, we're going to pause. And which of these is more defensive? That's where I want to open up. This is one of those wars where you want to be careful, as the enemy's force limit is similar to mine. Yeah, he's sitting on 8 there. And has he gone up? Let's look. Yeah, he's up to... well, that's all of his forces, at least, is those 8. Move them back, though. And it's true, I guess I technically have like 10 guys here. Almost. I mean, I have a little bit of depletion. Walls breached. Walls breached is when it's really more practical to go in, although right now it still wouldn't be. I want to save as much troops as I can. Ideally, though, I don't want to kill Hasa's forces. I want to high war score them, if possible. It might not be. I might have to kill their forces. But the idea here is to build up a supply of vassal troops without depleting them and depleting their manpower. The more we can get ready against the Malinese, the better. How far are we from this? And yeah, breaching the walls would deplete manpower heavily too. I'm losing a fair amount just reinforcing the attrition here. But I'm scared to split my forces too much, and I don't want to bait an AI attack. Although maybe I should. The manpower expenses are not insignificant, although I'm going to eat attrition no matter where I go because we're in rough territory here. It takes a while to breach the walls. And heck, they have a chance to give up without me doing so. Which is good. What war score am I at now? 17%. And I need like 90-something% to get the vassals. So I probably need every territory but one, or possibly all of them. $7,398. Let's see what that goes to next month. I guess it could be worse. The problem is they have a chance of revolting. in this territory that I've already conquered, so I don't want to dally too long. I'm actually going to go in here right away. Because he backed off. Now, one thing I can do, although I'm not sure I'll have enough men for it, we're going to actually split after all. We'll take a 9 here, select this unit, run there, and hope the AI doesn't want to attack me after doing this. Oh no, he's going in. So we're not going to do that then. Is 1 enough? Too few men to siege the province. 1 is not enough. Can I afford another? I certainly can if I go into debt. Let's do it. That's unfortunate. No, we are not giving you peace. There will be no peace. As Shako would say. Oh no, I do have enough to siege the province. I just needed to recover. Okay, this might work out then. Just need to get my new recruit up there as well. I don't think you take any attrition with 1 troop moving through these native grounds, but obviously I didn't want to feed my troops through 1 by 1 previously. No, don't go that way. Go this way. If you hold down shift, you can queue movement. It's a little bit slower through Nupi, but it allows you to... It allows you more flexibility in landing, because if AI parks its forces like there, and you're coming through that territory, you're stuck. You can't do anything. No. Although, let's look at this peace outlook. Beninese vassal. Now, legitimacy, I'm less worried about than prestige. Prestige is a morale, and so is military tradition. But I can't afford to stack up too much army tradition because I want to keep these forces alive so I can use them. In fact, I'll probably no CV war these guys. Oh, crap, he went in on me anyway. No way. Shoot. Please retreat, and not into the natives. Oh, Oyo made another guy. Oyo will not take his forces through there willingly, though. They have to be attached to my own. Zamfara. That's fine. We're going to do the same thing here. Just go back to sieging. Now leave me alone. I'm busy sieging you. Actually, I can afford to split my army now because they are... because I trashed his stack. And I'll notice if he's going in on me again. This unit doesn't... Yeah, okay. There's no friendly units attached. That's how you check. It's a little cumbersome. I would like a better way to check if somebody's attached. Okay, so there's nobody attached to either of these guys. So we're just going to scatter siege. Carpeting them, as they say. Huh. Oh no, it's this one that has the walls breached. Yeah, so we're gonna have a reasonable chance of bringing that down soon. Come on, I just need one more. Not attacking into the walls this time, that's for sure. At least this blocks the AI from training too much too, and its treasury wasn't amazing. Speaking of treasury, I'm going to want to gouge it for money so I can afford to continue. My manpower is pretty depleted too. Oh man, come on, stop it! I am not confident in my ability to win this without bringing in reinforcements. It's not like it's great defensive terrain. Do I need everyone though? Let's play it safe. Force them back yet again. Alright. Okay, I was about to say. Oh, don't tell me I'm going to stack wipe him. Run away, please. Yeah, okay, he got away. That's going to take him an eternity to reinforce, which is actually better for me. What's the manpower looking like for Hausa? They still have a fair amount. Yeah, so they'll be able to swell their forces again. Let's just hope it's not too quick. Although my manpower is a bit depleted. In fact, I'll probably be out. That's okay, I can still go after these guys. Hurry up, finish the sieges! You just can't storm the province with those kinds of numbers. Yeah, see, Oyo's troops are crucial in this war. Just crucial. They have a CB. They have a royal marriage and a CB with Songhai. Go figure. Ah, oh, they're growing too fast. Just let me finish sieging. Come on, man. They're probably gonna come in on me again. I probably should have just stack wiped him. Yeah. That's really annoying. No diplomats. Oh. Oh, okay. One more force back. Unfortunately, that will continually reset their siege timer. No, I'm not giving you anything but vassal. What a costly war. Ooh, my awful heir has quote-unquote tragically died. Come on, you at least should be able to siege this. I don't think I need much more, I just need one more province. Maybe two. Probably two. Let's see here. I am getting a bonus for the length of the war, I guess. It's going down over time. Basically, it starts negative. And trashing his military helps a little bit towards war score, but not much. Alright, any of these progressing? Okay, well the one up top is. %42 chance. Okay, let's check now. Got him. You can get some money in this. Not bad. Alright. So we have on our hands 2 vassals. How's my income looking from that? Nice. We're in good shape. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to drag Oyo back up for the next one. But I'm going to go ahead and save this here, viewers. I will see you guys in the next part when we try and pick up 2 more vassals and take on the mighty Malinese for control of the area. Man, that one's going to be a joy. Alright, until then, me and team signing off.